Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here, and today in my third and final episode of Conspiracy Theory Week, I'm going to be talking about 40k, the big one, the thing that started it all, even though technically it came second, the big thing, that's what I'm saying. Where does 40k go from here? Obviously they're going to finish up the Psychic Awakening, right? We know that, that's in the pipeline. What's next for 40k? Well, 9th edition. Okay, that was easy. So let's talk about something a little bit different, a little bit more specific, because I think we all know that 9th edition is exactly where 40k is going. We have something. Oh, quick note, just throwing this out there. 9th edition, banned Forge World at tournaments. This is the Adepticon article from Warhammer Community. Why am I bringing this up? Well, that's because although it's obvious that 9th edition is going to be the next thing for 40k, they've said something kind of interesting in this preview article. Allow me to read it to you. 2020's Adepticon Warhammer preview is going to be the biggest and best Warhammer preview ever. It's so massive, and then they say some other stuff about how big it is, because size matters, as we all know, don't we, lads? This is interesting, okay, because I'm not sure if you could see it, but basically they have put biggest, best, and ever into caps. And the entire little spiel there is all about how big it is. So, what we really want to know is, what does that mean? What are they going to announce at Adepticon at the end of March? So, okay. Obviously, I've just said that 9th edition is coming out next, right? That's the next big thing for 40k, right? But I think we've kind of already had like little tip-offs that actually 9th edition isn't going to be as big of a change as 7th to 8th was. It's still going to be I go, you go. It's still going to use all the basics. You know, nothing. I mean, okay, things are changing. Hopefully they're going to clear up the absolutely ridiculous rules bloat, but the essence of the game will remain. They're not going to, you know, update the rules to the 21st century like they bloody well should have last time. They're going to keep it old school. You're still going to roll buckets of dice. That's their thing. Cool. So, if they are being genuine in this article, that's not what they're going to talk about. They're not going to reveal that they're going to 9th edition, because that isn't the biggest thing that they have ever announced. The end times, well, sorry, that's Warhammer Fantasy, isn't it? 7th to 8th, the addition of Primaris, that's the biggest thing, and bigger than the move to 9th edition. Let's say that's genuinely not what they're going to do. I think that actually they are going to announce, and this might give you deja vu from yesterday, Epic 40k. Okay, why would they keep on saying how big something is if they're not gonna mess with us and make it really small? That's the kind of thing that the Warhammer Community guys would do. They'd be like, oh, we said it's the biggest. Oh, but it's really small. Do you see what we did there? Oh my god, we're amazing, aren't we? Oh, suck my fucking dick. Oh, I love social media. I think that's a possibility. I think that's a definite possibility. Now, why do I think this? Okay, so for those of you, you know what? I can never remember where I've said things, whether I've said them just in Discord or on this channel, or if I've just read them from somebody else. My mind's a mess. But we know that Adeptus Titanicus and Aeronautica Imperialis are games that originally existed, and they're now back under Specialist Games. And originally, I think Adeptus Titanicus was in 6mm. Now it's in 8mm, so it's slightly larger. We also know that not Adeptus Titanicus, Aeronautica Imperialis has done the same thing. It used to be in 6mm, now it's in 8mm. So the Titans and the planes are being released. We can have those. Those are in the same scale. They fit each other. All they have to do is release some little men that are 8mm tall and some tanks that are like, I don't know how big tanks are, 10mm tall. I don't know. And that's it. they've already got half of the lines released. Perhaps that's even why they've done it this way, because they know that Epic is going to be such a big thing that they simply won't have enough time to release everything in their regular timescales. And so they're releasing the models for the Titans and the planes, and then the games that they have released alongside those are almost secondary kind of afterthoughts. They were mainly thinking, we've got to get the models out, and there's everything. There are, what is it, 22 factions there are now? 24? And they simply don't have time. So they've got to start releasing what little bits they can. Epic. No, so genuinely, I would not be surprised if they announced Epic 40k. I would actually love them to announce Epic 40k. That would be awesome. Here's the other thing. What they could be announcing, because they have said the biggest thing, again, size, they might be announcing the first plastic Titan. I'm just saying. You know, they'd marked it as the next addition to the Apocalypse game, right? You know, that thing they released and forgot about? Okay, it did get an FAQ, but seriously, they need to do more with that. They need to do their monthly article thing with Apocalypse, otherwise they're really screwing themselves over. You know, that's a thing, right? So we could get a plastic Titan marketed at Apocalypse, and they might begin monthly inclusionary things for Epic. My gosh, Apocalypse. Where are my words? I have the Apocalypse box right here. It's just off camera. It's right here. So, yeah, that's a possibility. To be honest, I think it's going to be one of those two things. Oh, I'm going to be so bored if it's just, oh, we're going to do 9th. Oh, it's going to be the best edition ever. Yeah, fuck off, GW. Like, we know you're going to say that. You're lying, obviously. Every edition is the best edition ever for the first 6 months. But then you fuck it up with rules bloke. You know what? Let's not get carried away. Okay, let's not get carried away. The other thing it could be, now this isn't so much 40, well, no, it is 40k, obviously, but not Warhammer 40k, the core system. What we might see, not Epic, but the other thing that everybody wants, Battlefleet Gothic. Now, the reason I didn't lead with that is because it doesn't really kind of meld in with the whole puns that they're doing about size. Well, I guess it does. It's still a shrunken version. Battlefleet Gothic, it's something we're all waiting for. It's something that nobody can figure out why they haven't already done. Right? Everybody wants it. Like, at no point have I talked to somebody about Battlefleet Gothic and they'd be like, actually, I don't really want Battlefleet Gothic. I don't think it's really for me. Everybody wants a floating cathedral in space. It's just a thing people want. They don't realise they want it until you point out that something like that might exist, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'll have that actually. Good point. Basically, we know that Epic and Battlefleet Gothic are coming. That's why they set up the specialist games department for those games. Where are they? Who knows? Are they going to be announced at Adepticon in March? Maybe. My money's on Epic, I guess. I think that's a fun little twist. Is it going to be a plastic Titan? There's been rumours about that for years. Is now finally going to be the time? Or are they going to be super boring and just say 9th edition? Yeah. And we'll say, what's actually different about it? And they'll say, well, you know all those books you bought, you can't use them anymore. And that's it. That's the extent of their reveal, I suspect. What do you guys think? Or am I just completely off base? Are they just going to completely screw us over and be like, oh, it's a new unit? And we'd be like, what? Really? Who knows? Or, and you know, maybe it's time for a new faction in 40k. When was the last one? The last one they released was Adeptus Mechanicus. That must be a while ago now. To my mind, it's like it was last year. But whatever, I guess. So I think those are our big options, right? But what do you guys think? Do you think I'm on the mark with any of these? Do any of you have some insider info? Or you just have a theory, because obviously these are all theories. I have no proof. I just have the silly puns they've been making in the past, and assume that they're going to make a pun here as well. Anyway, this wraps up my conspiracy theory week. I've done Kill Team, obviously my game. I've done Warhammer, Old World, much better than Age of Sigmar, obviously. And I've done a little bit of 40k here, that kind of got caught up in the epic scale thing. I hope you've enjoyed this little departure from Kill Team chat. Don't you worry though, I will be getting back to it. In fact, just next Monday, I'm going to be hitting you hard with my Prague updates. I've no doubt done a vlog. I've probably done some sort of interview with whoever, the people I played, the winner. Who knows? Who knows what I've done, frankly. And hopefully it will also have inspired me, as it normally does whenever I go to one of these tournaments, to push myself forward, finally get things going. Just so you know, also coming up in the near future, I have already outlined a 14 video beginner series for Kill Team. That's a thing. I figure I better get it out there pretty quickly, because chances are, now that I've said it, the Adepticon preview is going to be another version of Kill Team. Because I've left it too long, haven't I? Whoops. And after I've done those 14 videos, I'm going to be doing tacticas for every single faction, that kind of thing. Also, it'll then be time for the LGT. There's a lot going on for me in Kill Team, basically. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this little break. If you're still here, it would be awesome if you checked out my Discord. Everybody's talking Kill Team there. I also have a Patreon. If you support me on Patreon, then, you know, every dollar that you give is another day that I don't have to create memes in the mimes. Hold on. I don't have to create memes in the meme mines just to pay rent for this place. And I also have merch, which is a thing. The merch are kind of memes, actually. It's a t-shirt that's a meme. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, this has been Glass Half Dead, and I hope you've had a good day, and you continue to have a good day. See you next week for regular Kill Team content. Bye.